Right, we've just been talking about, at the end of the part one, about persons coming on to promote themselves. Look, I've been on TV. Okay, now we've got another one here. Just listen to what he says and try and picture in your mind what he says. Because as soon as we do that, it falls to pieces.
12 months ago, I was watching him coming in with the insulation, and I said to one of the workers, "What are you doing with this insulation? Why are you putting it in the building?" He says, "Oh, it's to keep you cool in the summer."
So you knew it was insulation. And so you're, what? A builder? Architect, maybe? You've got something to do with the building industry that you may be able to say, well, this is insulation. Because you told the fellow it was insulation. What are you doing with that insulation? Okay?
Putting it in the building. He says, "Oh, it's to keep you cool in the summer and to keep you warm in the winter." And I said, "Is it?" And I said, "Watch this." And I broke off a little piece of it. Yeah? I put it on the back of my phone. And then after I put it on the back of my phone, I lit it with my lighter and I watched that little piece of phone go.
Right, he's allowed you to do that, and you say, basically he said nothing, okay? Rather than smack you or to tell you to pig off. You've taken that piece that you snapped off, you put it on the back of your expensive phone, you've set light to it in order to do what? Destroy your phone? Your expensive phone? Where is your phone? Show us your phone. Come on.
And I says, "You're putting that in this building."
No, you can't show us your phone. Because on your pigging phone, that would, well, apart from the fact that if it was that highly volatile, you'd have destroyed your pigging phone, and no bugger's going to put such a thing on the back of the phone to set light to it, knowing that it's volatile, because it would destroy the phone. Secondly, how the hell did you know, buddy boy, that that was inflammable? Because you're saying to us that you knew. Well, how did you know that it was inflammable? How? You can't even look us straight in the pigging face. Eh? And what were you doing around? Like what you're doing around now? Sponging off the taxpayer? Taxpayer keeping you funded? Or are you just a crisis pigging actor? No, I would take it that this is just another pigging chancer who's been in front of the TV, listened to the reports on the TV, seen the cameras out here, rushed out here to get his 15 minutes of Andy Warhol fame. These buggering chancers are disgusting.
Yeah?
There were boilers in some places located.
A little piece of it. Yeah? I put it on the back of my phone.
Yeah.
And then
look, me phone. Yeah. Put it on back of me phone. Me expensive phone. Yeah. Okay, man.
After I put it on the back of my phone, I lit it with my lighter and I watched that little piece of phone go. And I says, "You're putting that in this building, yeah?"
There were boilers in some places located next to doorways.
Yeah.
So if a boiler caught fire, someone wouldn't be able to exit their property. There were boilers that were located above fuse boxes. There was always the concern. There was one stairwell which went down out of the building, just the one, and the fire strategy was to stay put.
That's normal.
There wasn't an evacuation test in the 2.5 years that I lived there.
So this is that other tower. Hello. Is this that other pig in town?
I saw one person trying to jump out. One actually jumped out, and obviously what happened.
Yeah, of course you did.
It's just a nightmare.
Yeah, of course you did. Yeah. Anybody else want 15 minutes of fame, as it were?
Wouldn't
an hour.
Oh, hello.
It started spreading and getting worse. Now it got to, we saw people looking out the window, screaming help, flashing their lights and everything. And now all those windows, people are gone. Literally gone.
Really?
I smell like a plastic burn. I smell something been left in a cooker or something. I go to the kitchen and I saw fire, flame, outside my window kitchen. And I'm in the 9th floor. I said something is wrong there. I heard people say help. I see someone jumping from the window, a child. My brother-in-law lives in the 20th floor. We called them. We said we need to get out, and he said no, we can't because someone told them to stay inside door. It's more safe. But the flame come from outside, and I don't know now what happened to him. We tried to call him, but I don't know what happened.
So when I looked out the window, the whole building was on fire. And then when we went to our balcony, like everyone was jumping out, people were screaming, everyone was running downstairs. All the police was shouting at us to get out, evacuate.
90% of residents have signed a petition at the end of 2015 complaining about the mismanagement and misleadership of the company looking after the building, looking after the refurbishment works, calling for an independent inquiry.
Really?
We used to say that if the worst, it'll take a tragedy before the people wake up and actually the people managing the building.
And what isn't he saying? What has he failed to say? You know, the system. If we allow the system to dominate, then we end up in trouble. We have to use the system. Now, when you've got a tower, a block like this, if it's office block or residence block, the one thing you don't do, that is to rely upon the owners to do what is right. And you don't go round whinging and complaining and putting in petitions, please, please listen to me, please, mummy, mummy. Now, what you do in this instance is you put before the council, or whoever owns this bigging building, I believe some MPs have shares in this bigging building. Anyhow, you go and you present your findings. If they then do not do anything, you then go to 2 persons. The first one is the fire brigade. And you make a registration that this building should not be inhabited. It is a fire hazard. They have to approve these buildings, and within a very short time this building could be shut down. Any building could be shut down as a fire hazard. Fire brigade has that authority. In this instance, probably within hours it would have been shut down. Secondly, you go to the local government ombudsman and you file a complaint. You put in the evidence. If this belongs to the council and the council are refusing to do anything, you file it with the local ombudsman. You don't go, the council's not listening to me, never listening to me. You don't listen to us. Up the council. You go to an independent body. It's like going to Rackman, isn't it? Eh? The famous Rackman. And say, Mickey, you've not prepared your properties. Oh, get out. That's what he'd say to you. Get out. You don't go to the person who isn't going to do anything. You go to the persons who do. It's crazy. But these are morons. These are absolute, total morons. This is the reflection of our society today. And you say to these boys, why don't you go to the fire brigade? I've complained to the council. I've complained to the council. I. And the council are not doing anything. And they go on like this. And you just bury your head, your hands in your picking head in your hands. And you go, what am I dealing with here? A piggy moron? Why aren't you listening? Why don't you go down to farm again? Why don't you go down to the regulators? Why don't you get this sorted out? Why do you keep pigging on about you being down to the pigging council and the council has rejected you? Eh? Oh man, sometimes you get your pigging fill. I have to deal with these buggers. They'll go, oh, I've complained of this, I don't, right, okay, right, before I get an aneurysm, you should go down to the such and such, and they'll go, just go on and on. They'll say, oh, I've been down there. Right, okay, shut it a minute. Go down to this body, put your complaint to this body, put your evidence to this body. Get away from those who have self-interest in the matter. Okay? These people make me pigging sick. And then they come without any conscience, without any embarrassment, and say what they did. It's what you didn't do, chump. If this is a real story, of which there is no evidence that it is, that people died, then you're a cretin above cretins to stand here and basically say to us, by omission, that you did bugger all. You didn't go to the proper authorities. You neglected to go to the proper authorities. You're an idiot. You've let people down. You've basically had a hand in murdering people. If persons actually did die in this, as again, there's no evidence. And by the way, there are a lot of persons that are probably, we cannot say for certain, but we can only say from what we've seen as we're passing through this life, that may be or may have been hypnotized to convince them that persons died in these buildings. So they come across as those with conviction that persons died. We don't know. I've seen it done. I've seen mass hysteria. I've seen the Kreskens of this world say to persons that this and this and this is true, and they've gone away and believed it's true and it's not. But they're convinced it's true, and they've gone away and spread it as true. We can't rule anything out. Absolutely nothing. Well, my sponsor's going to get me a cup of tea now, aren't you? Go on then. I like a cup of tea. 2 sugars.